My next guest, former Met Police Detective Peter Bleksley. Welcome, Pete.
Good afternoon.
Let's talk about this is a story that I wanted to put to you. This is the story of a good police officer, clearly, who investigated a guy called Jordan Cave, 28-year-old IT technician at the top London grammar school, the Latimer School in Edmonton. Now, he was found to be in possession of thousands of horrific child abuse images and also had a video of his own vile attack on a 12-year-old boy, a victim. He attacked him and filmed it and kept this video. This guy, incredibly, did not go to jail. The recorder, Mariam Syed, insisted that it was not lenient to spare Cave from jail because she said of his onerous and hard conditions, including a 4-month curfew, 200 hours of unpaid work, 20 days of rehabilitation activity, 26 sessions on a difficult sex offender program, and a 10-year sexual harm prevention order, and £800 in compensation to his victims. No, Mariam Syed, that's not good enough. This guy attacked a 12-year-old boy, had a massive cache of disgusting child sex images. Send the SOB to jail.
It is with a very heavy heart that I depressingly predict, without fear of contradiction, that Jordan Cave, this 28-year-old revolting, convicted paedophile, will simply go on to commit further offences, thereby creating further victims and further harm. Of that, I am absolutely sure. Ask any experienced detective who has spent a long time investigating paedophiles, and they will tell you that people like him are beyond rehabilitation. They have gone beyond a corner that simply cannot be turned any further. They are not able to be rehabilitated. And recorder Mariam Syed, I'm so pleased you mentioned her name. She has failed to impose the will of the people. The people want people like Jordan Cave locked up, and she's failed to do that, thereby earning her the sobriquet that I would give her as an enemy of the people.
Well, that's very strong words, and I tend to agree with you. She said at Snaresbrook Crown Court on Monday, actually, as Mr. Cave was let off, frankly, got this lenient sentence. She said, "I could have sent you to prison for 4, 5 or 6 years." Well, yeah, why didn't you? But she went, I could have sent you to prison for 4, 5, 6 years, but I have to bear in mind your young age, lack of maturity, specific psychological and psychiatric disorders. The reason they are relevant is because they go to your frame of mind. What a load of claptrap.
Absolutely. Of course, ADHD, autism, which I understand are diagnoses that can present challenges for people, but of course it was almost inevitable that he would rock up with court claiming to have both of those conditions, and claiming, of course, to not really appreciate the seriousness of his offending. He molested, he sexually assaulted a 12-year-old boy, and he filmed it for his own perverse, sick satisfaction. He filmed that, and together with thousands of other images upon which he satisfies his perverse, his warped, just his behaviour is beyond the pale. It is utterly disgraceful, and there is one place only where people know if Jordan Cave was, that children would be safe, and that is a prison. It's where he belongs, and alas, he's not in one.
Yeah, we have this very strange policy, ask Hugh Edwards, BBC's in-house paedophile, of not sending pedos to jail on their first house they are. We need to recalibrate that. That is wrong. That is wrong. There is no more dangerous an individual than a paedophile, because, as you quite rightly say, you cannot rehabilitate them. They will always return to their crimes. One other a guy who should have gone to jail but hasn't in our ridiculous country. This is a 70-year-old migrant called Chowdhury Zaman who kissed a 12-year-old girl, forcibly held her hand as she was walking home from school, told her to cover her head and not tell anyone. He has been let off. CCTV, the judge Amjad Nawaz said, CCTV shows you holding her hand. She says she did not want to. Her hand was forcibly held, so on and so forth. But he didn't go to jail because of his age. This was at Reading Crown Court because he's 70 years old. He was 68 at the time of committing this offence. Well, there's two things I would say about this. Again, this is a paedophile offence, and I think all paedophiles should go to jail. Secondly, what has his age got to do with it? And since he is a migrant who apparently is here legally, we should make that illegal and deport him, don't you think?
You have quite brilliantly highlighted two cases which point out the utter ridiculousness of this sentencing here. A 28-year-old not jailed because of his age. A 70-year-old not jailed because of his age. So who exactly is of an age whereby one of these pathetic, woke, liberal, fluffy and captured judges will actually jail someone? And I say again, Judge Amjad Nawaz did not abide by the will of the people. He did not jail this revolting, predatory paedophile who approached a 12-year-old girl as she sat alone on a bench. He forcibly grabbed her hand. He kissed her on the face against her will. What a revolting, traumatizing, disgusting thing which will cause trauma possibly for years, possibly forever, on a 12-year-old girl. And once again, he's not jailed. So once again, we have a judge not abiding by the will of the people, therefore, in my opinion, being an enemy of the people.
Zaman got 9 months suspended prison sentence, so in other words, not prison, 80 hours of unpaid work in the community and a restraining order for 5 years that prohibits him from going anywhere near that girl's school. In other words, he was let off. Absolute disgrace. Pete, let me ask you one question just quickly before you go. If you were still, and I wish you were, still a Met Police detective, from what you've heard, and you were handed the Mandelson case to investigate, do you think that would be a bit of an open and shut case? Would you relish the thought of having a go at that?
It would be. My attitude and my investigation would be to go on a tireless, thorough, professional search for the truth, without distractions, without political interference, without pressure from outside. Search for the truth, find the truth, present it, and then let the CPS, if need be, and the courts run their case thereafter.
I reckon if you were still a cop and you were on the Mandelson case, Mandy would be in more trouble, even more trouble than he's in now. Pete, great to talk to you.